before this video starts, most of you may be wondering,
You didn't turn down what the hell is episode 3? Ugh.
well, you see, my great people who watch my terrible content, it's that episode 3 decided to shit itself 3 times. Instead of me screaming on my computer for like the 50th time, I decided to take a little break and, work on some other stuff, Pretty chill, pretty good stuff, Anyway, on to the video. Oh, now back to your regularly scheduled me screaming at my laptop explaining every single, bits of details of the Me Versus series. Anyway, speaking of that, hello! Welcome to episode 2 of the Me Versus. Yeah, woo. It's just me picking on random ass people. Because I have no friends to fight. Because I'm a loner. Ha, funny, haha. Someone has no friends, haha, funny. Anyway, let's get into the fight! Now, you might have realized by now that
You don't turn down, this isn't the same game. Ugh.
well, you see, my friend, this is Jurassic World Alive. A pretty decent, turn-based combat, I think. Well, it's not really turn-based. But anyway. Okay, so, here are my 4 creatures. Kulahas, a flock creature. A flock creature is basically... Think of like when you start a Mario game, you have 3 lives and that, That's basically what Kulahas is. Basically has 3, mini guys. Anyway, next thing, we got the Indominus Rex. He's a revenge creature. I don't normally use him unless I need to do revenge. Trichosaur. Probably the one that I'm probably going to start off with because, it normally breaks shields at that. And Rolly Rhino, my swap-in damager, may have a chance to stun. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the fight. As we see, I start off with Trichosaurus. As now, my opponent starts off with Baryonyx Onyx. I'll probably most likely go for my Shield Breaker, as Baryonyx Onyx uses a small shield hit. So, I normally use Baryonyx Onyx for raid stuffs and that. Because, normal people will just try to use its increased attack, or try to swap it out. But I big-brained him and cleansed his attack boost, even though he was dead either way. Now we got the Echo thing. Blech, I don't know how to say it. So I'll probably use my big hit on it, as it does distraction. That's like my one guy's weakness, distraction. As I do get a crit, but not much. As I check its resistances, I swap in to my Woolly Rhino to hopefully to damage it and, stun it. As we leave it on 1 tap. We don't get the stun, unfortunately. It does use its cleansing attack. Then we use our Resilient Strike. He does his big hit to kill our Rhino, which, S in the chat for Rhino. Then I go into my Kulahas, my flock creature, as I decide to do my shield breaking. As it does strike and run, like the wuss puss that he is. But, when he swaps, I get an increased attack, believe, and dodge. But
they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never.
You may be wondering,
You didn't turn down, you used a flock creature. What's so bad about this one?
well, you see, my friend, when you swap into it, it recovers. I believe it recovers 1/4 of it, so basically bring back 1 mini dude. And also, its priority hit, the Hop and Mock, gives itself cleansing and, some dodge. And you know what? You want to add just the tipsy top of this BS creature. So you can... It's big hit. Its big hit does distraction, recovers like one guy. So basically, you can just continuously swap it. So you basically have a guy who's basically immortal. But my flock creature, it just, has only one healing move. And that only does like when it's on one thing. And don't get me started with Kolahas having no escape and its resistances 100% immune to stun, 33% resistance to rend, and like 66% resistant to distraction, and 50% swap prevention. Now you might be seeing why I'm a little bit depressed. It's pretty overpowered. So, my opponent sends Kolahas, as I do my, armor piercing on it. Get a crit, take out one of the little guys. I decide to go for my group distraction to one-shot it. Then it does its priority hit hop and mock to save itself, nullifying my attack increase. But I still end up giving distraction to flippin' compies. So I decided to, let's finish it with this. Decided to go for my armor piercing. So, yeah. And does. So he gives me a little bit distracting. So I do my swap out move, like the wuss that I am, because I knew he was gonna give me distraction and nullify. So I just decided to swap out. And then he tried to escape me, but I was immune. I put in my Indom, don't have revenge on it. Then I go for my armor piercing. He does this big hit on me. Does boo boo. Even though he still has distraction. Does that. And then I use my big hit on him. So even if he swaps, his next guy is going to take a lot of damage. Unless if he somehow had sticky derricks. And then, yeah, that would have been what depression. But anyway, big hit. Nearly one-shot the damn thing. Then I just go for my shield piercing because, yeah, people normally go for shield piercing. Then I kill his second creature, which, woohoo, with nearly one. Then he sends his, bird-looking thing out. Then I decide to go for cloak. And then, knowing that he would have swapped to Kolahas, recovering one of his dudes has dodge. I do cloak, so I'm invisible now. I'd use my big hit, even though it would just do a quarter. He does hop and mock. A little bit of loss of opportunity there. Nullify my cloak, do my big hit, and then I decide to go for my armor piercing. And when he does his big hit, he recovers one guy. My Indom's on one tap. Indom, you put it up a viable fight. But sometimes one of your best creatures gotta go. So, in Domstead, I sent in Kolahas with its two guys left. I'm faster than Compy. He decides to do his hop and mock, trying to save him. I do group distraction. Dodge saves him, but I do end up giving him distraction. Then I decide to finish him off with my shield breaking. Armor piercing. And I get the crit to kill him. And that was the game. We won by the skin of our teeth because of flipping compies. So, the lesson of the day, don't use bullshit creatures.
Begone!